feeling like it is officially fall. So thank you for joining me here on this Thursday morning. We are live. So if you are tuning in right now, it is 9 a.m. Pacific time where I am. I'm here on the West Coast. It's noon on the East Coast. So if you are here on Beadaholique or YouTube or Facebook and you're watching this right now on October 2nd at 9 a.m., we are coming to you live, and I have Brian and I have Thaisa helping me out today. So they're going to be helping with any technical questions and links and all that good stuff. And they are so great to be able to have here in the background helping us out. Hello, Anne. Good morning. So we're going to have fun today. So if you tuned into Monday's show, we did a shopping show of everything $1 or less, and it was so much fun. Oh, hello, Francie and Linda. Good afternoon. So I always try to remember where everyone is to say good morning or good afternoon. Hello, Teresa. So we did a shopping show, and I picked out everything that was like $1 or less. So there were these beautiful strands. And of course, we can't do a live with this community, this wonderful community, without playing. So we started being like, oh, this looks good together and this looks good together. And I was really inspired to then go and combine some of those bead strands that we looked at that were $1 or less into some designs. So I made a couple ahead of time, and then we're going to do a couple here in the show as well. Hello, Marie and Melissa and Michelle and Jane and Tina and Susan. Hello, you guys. All right, so if you did see that show, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about, that we were having so much fun combining all the different beads and those acetate findings and those charms. So I did work them into a couple of different creations, and I actually did the math on them as well. So I'm going to share the math because that's really fun, because as we are getting into gift giving season, as we have hostess gifts or Christmas gifts, or you're going to do an art fair and you want to have some items on your table to sell that are quick and easy and affordable and don't cost a lot for you to make. So these are great designs for all of those different purposes. And it was just really fun to be able to dig through those dollar beads, $1 or less, because some of them were like 88 cents, 69 cents. So they were fun to do that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some kind of fun, easy designs using those beads and acetate findings as well. So I'm going to flip my camera down in just a minute. Oh, hello, Lisa and Linda. Oh my gosh. And Lisa, we got 2 Lisas in a row there. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning. All right, so before I flip my camera down real quick, if anyone is new here, welcome. We do this a couple times a week. I am here on Thursday mornings, Monday afternoons, and then the wonderful Deb Floros is here on Tuesday mornings. Well, morning if you're on the Pacific time zone. Oh, hello, Millie, and hello, oh, GMA Cats, hello. Okay, so what we are going to do, oh no, those great phrases. Sorry, I'm reading the comments as we go. Hello, Santa Barbara Girl and Moni. We have a good crew today. You guys, you are the best community. So another thing, if you are new here, welcome. You are part of an amazing supportive group. We are always so helpful. Everyone on this stream is great about sharing tips, sharing ideas, problem solving together. And it is a wonderful thing to be part of. And I am so excited to be part of it as well. Hello, Dee. All right. Okay, so I want to flip my camera down because I really want to start playing. I'm going to do that, and as I do that, I'll explain for anyone who's new a couple different ways that they can use this platform. So you will see a little heart symbol. If you click on that, it gives little floating hearts. There's a little arrow if you want to share it. All of these videos are saved, so you can always go back and re-watch them. Yeah, I wanted to get down and be able to see the stuff we're going to play with. So as shortly after the shows end, you can go ahead and watch the replay. Oh, hello, Deborah. And then these are also always going to be available. Even after Beadaholique officially closes, we're going to keep the YouTube channel up. So these replays will become available as well. With Beadaholique closing, everything is 40% off, which is why we were able to get some of these great prices on these strands, because that 40% discount is pretty huge. So that's one reason why I'm able to create these jewelry designs that are under $5. And I'm going to tell you how I came up with that pricing structure in just a minute. And then if you have any questions about anything you see here, feel free to put it in the chat, or click on that shopping bag icon. It has everything preloaded, including things like the tools. And then you can see their price, quantity. You can add them right to your shopping bag. Okay, so let me show you what I made first, and then we're going to create a couple other designs. So if you remember from Monday's show, we were talking that these would look so Christmassy, these hoops, these acetate hoops, if you put the white snow pearl with the pretty little red fire polish. And I think they do. I love that. And after I made them, I did question the silver and wonder if I should go with gold. So I think these would look really good with gold or silver. So those were one thing that I made. I also did use the leaves. And again, I used that snow pearl. I love that white pearl. It was just so bright. So it really kind of uplifts the design. And I put it with a little English cut. And I did come up with the prices too. So I'm going to share that in just a minute after I show you some of the things I made. And then this was a pretty little stretch bracelet. If you remember those leaves, some of you guys might have picked them up. Oh, Marianne, I'm with you. That happens to me when I go to like a dollar store. I'm like, how did I just spend $50? So here you have the little flowers, and these were all part of that show we did on Monday. So if anyone wants to go back and rewatch the replay. And as of the beginning of this show today, all of the items here are in stock. So I know some items sold out, but I tried to not work with any of the sold out items. So I wanted it to be stuff that was all still in stock, but I'm going to guess some of you guys picked up some of these, so they're probably already on the way for you. So these are some ideas of what you can do with them. All right, so the way I did the pricing today, because I wanted to do designs that were $5 or less, because I thought that's a great gift giving option for people, or if you're selling and making jewelry, that's also really nice. So I broke down the cost per finding. So like I figured out when you buy these crimp tubes, they're only 2 cents each. So I figured out the cost per finding, and I can share with you like what that cost is. Like for the stretch cord. For the stretch cord, you get 5 meters, which will give you 15 bracelets. So you could do 15 bracelets. So I took the cost of the Opalon, divided it by 15. So with the 40% off, the Opalon is $2.94. Divided by 15 is 20 cents. So each stretch cord bracelet uses 20 cents of Opalon. So that's how I figured out the findings and the stringing material. But what I did do is I added in the full cost of the strand. I didn't break it up per bead. So when I give a total for what these cost, they actually cost less, because like you could probably make, look how many beads I have left. So like this one uses these 3 beads, the flower, the leaf, and the pretty check fire polish. You could probably make at least 3 bracelets out of these strands if you see these here. So you see that you've got a lot of beads left. I still even have some on my mat. But I did add in the full cost of each strand of bead I'm going to use, and then the per finding cost. So I'll give you a couple costs here with those calculations in mind. So like I wrote this down, so I'm gonna have to flip through my notes. Okay, so this one, okay, this one cost $3.61 to make. So this costs $3.61. So if you are maybe making and selling jewelry, this would give you a really nice profit if you are going to be doing some holiday bazaars, or if you want to do like a teacher's gift. I know we always have to do, or we don't have to, but we like to do teacher's gifts. Well, I would love to, I usually spend $20, $25 on a teacher's gift, but this is beautiful. So you can really save a lot of money with making some handmade jewelry like this. Okay, so that one costs $3.61. The hoop green earrings cost $2.90 to make. And I agree, the hoops would be nice with the purple pearls. Look at that. Look how pretty that would be. Maybe we'll have to cut this off and try that. So that would be fun. I think we're going to have to do that. I think we'll have to cut this off and try it with the purple pearls, and maybe gold, because I love green and purple and gold. Okay, so those cost $2.91. And then these little guys, let me find my pricing. $3.26 is what these cost. And that paid for the leaf, the acetate leaves, the full strand of pearls, the full strand of your English cut beads, the little earring finding, and the eye pin that was used as well. There. Oh, can you put threads for the bracelet? Oh, yes. Okay, so if anyone needs anything added to the bag, definitely put it right there in the comments. That's a great idea. And then Brian and Thaisa can definitely help. Okay, so those were the ones I made ahead of time, but I'm loving the idea. Let's try this purple pearl idea first. And then I have a couple other ideas for some bracelets. And earrings, actually. Oh, I made this little earring. I didn't factor out the cost, but it's probably under $3. This was a fun way to use one of those other little acetate pieces and the same little beads from the stretch bracelet too. Okay, but I love the purple pearls idea. So that shopping show was so fun on Monday, but I really wanted to just start designing because we were playing with it, but I didn't have tools or findings. So it felt really just perfect to do this live where we get to actually cut open the strands and play with them. So I'm going to cut this off, or take this off, I should say. All right, so we're just going to take, oh, that came right off. I think I overstretched that one. Okay. So let's cut this off. And we're going to do a purple pearl. And then I have this bead strand here I was going to use in a bracelet. This is a little fire polish, and I think that would go really well with the purple and the green too. I was going to cut open this strand bracelet too. Okay. And if we want, we can figure out the cost on this. So I need, from my stash that I forgot to pull out, I need some eye pins. Oh, gold bead caps would be really nice. Yeah, I think you could take these ideas and embellish them in so many ways. Add gold accents, just lots of fun things you can do with this. I know, Francie, I know. And I do it sometimes. Sometimes I do take apart finished pieces to like steal a clasp or something, and it's heartbreaking. Okay, so here we go. So we've got a little eye pin, and then I'm going to put on it one of these little fire polishes and a purple pearl now. We're going to see how this gets transformed from Christmas to every day. All right, so here we go. This is what we've got. And then we're going to take our wire looping pliers, but I want to show you real fast. If you look at the width of this acetate hoop, it's going to be bigger than your traditional little standard loop that you do. So I want to make a bigger loop down here. So I'm going to go further down on my wire looping pliers. And that purple is really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to go further down than I normally go on the wire looping pliers to make a bigger loop. But I'm going to do the same thing where I just squeeze it, push it down, and make that nice big loop. So if you are working, oh, I don't see the purple fire polish in the bag. Oh, it hopefully is not out of stock. So these were, you know, I think they've got like a weird name to them. It's like suede fire polish something. And it doesn't seem like the name fits what these are. Maybe Thaisa or Brian can pop up the banner for us. Can you put the beads for the last bracelet and the white pearl and white fire polish in the bag? Oh, yes. Okay. So let's see. These are the beads. If they are not in the bag, Brian and Thaisa, let me know. And I will go ahead and see if I can find the names for them. They should be there if you guys could pop up the banners too. Yes, Santa Barbara Girls. Yes, I think they are called black, like suede black something. I think it's because they have like a little black undertone, but they definitely read as a very pretty purple bead. If you see that right there. The leaves are, but the rest are not. Okay, so this here, oh my gosh, I don't think I have my bags. I'll try to figure out what these are. Okay, so Brian, I'm going to read you the item number and then you can find it to add it to the bag. It is BCP-101722. That's for the leaves. And if you've got that one, I'm going to pause for a minute. And this is why it's so great that we're live and so great that we have help. Okay, I just saw the leaf banner pop up. Okay, and then the little other one right here, this little 6mm fire polish is BCP-100931. Oh, I just saw it pop up too. Okay, and then the flower, I think it was a black diamond with an AB finish. Let me see if I have its little baggie. Okay, I don't have its baggie, but I believe it's a black diamond with an AB finish for the little flower. And the pearls were a 6mm snow, check glass pearl, 6mm snow. And everything was available at the start of the show. I know we sold out of a lot of items for the dollar shopping show, but I definitely picked items that were all in stock at the start of the show here today because it's funner if they're available. I know it's not fun to see something, love it, and then have it be out of stock. So, oh, good. A banner just popped up for the white pearls. So hopefully that means they're still available, Donna. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do here. Oh, hello, Monica. So we're designing with some of those fun beads we looked at on Monday. Okay, so I've got this nice bigger hoop, and I am going to open it up. I'm going to open it a little bit wide because I need to get the acetate in here. So if you purchased any of these during that dollar shopping, this is a good tip if you are using something like an eye pin to make a bigger loop on this side of it. And then you're just going to be able to slip it onto that bigger loop. See how it fits on there nicely, but it wouldn't fit on a smaller loop. I don't think the coating is going to come off on these, Lydia. They're really nice. I've worked with them now for a little while, and the coating has definitely been solid. I haven't had any issues with it. They are a check glass pearl, so they're not a plastic pearl. I know coatings often come off of plastic items, but they are a really nice check glass pearl. Hello, Christus. Okay, so here this is with the purple, and that was a great idea to do the purple because the purple is beautiful. Okay, so here we go. Yes. Oh, good point. So Santa Barbara Girl, I added some extra hoops and some extra different leaf styles to that shopping bag because I know we sold out of a couple of these, like the tortoiseshell one sold out. So I tried to find some more stock on the website and I added a few extras to the shopping bag. Yes, the curved pliers are wire looping pliers. Here they are. So this is what they're called. And then they can definitely be added to the bag if they're not already in there, but these are wire looping pliers. And the tools are all, of course, 40% off too. For anyone who's joining us, we are, going through our closing sale here, so everything is on sale. So these ones I said cost, what did I say these ones were? Got to go back to my notes. So these ones cost $2.90 to make. I'm going to imagine that this is probably pretty similar. So, because the check pearls all have about the same cost. And so not bad. So you get a pretty little pair of earrings for, under $3. And of course, when I factored out the pricing, I did the entire strand of pearls. I didn't do per bead. But if you did it per bead, you're probably looking at like $1 something for this earring because you get a lot of beads in your bead strand. But I love the purple. The purple was a great idea. Okay, so I want to use those purples again, and I want to make a strung bracelet here. So I'm going to put some of these aside. Okay, so I want to use those purples. I thought we should combine, because I just thought this was really pretty, the purple with the blue. Yes, I did. The ear wires were not made using eye pins. The ear wires are these cute little guys. And these are super affordable. So if you are making gifts or selling jewelry, the little ear wires come out to about 11 cents a pair, because I found the price for the silver one with the 40% off is $2.59 for 25 pieces. For 50 pieces, which gives you 25 pairs. So it comes out to 11 cents a pair of earring hoops. And then the gold ones are a little more at 23 cents a pair. So just as if you've probably done this type of math, if you are like making and selling jewelry when you're trying to figure out your cost, you're taking the total cost, dividing it by how many pairs you get out of it, and then that gives you the cost per pair for your materials going into your supplies. But really nice, 11 cents for a pair of these earrings and 23 cents for a pair of these earrings. Okay, so then I thought it would be really pretty to combine the purple pearls with the blue pearls, because these are just so pretty, with these little fire polishes. Okay, so maybe I'm wondering if we're having like a little technical glitch with our cart today with the shopping bag, because I feel like maybe things aren't loading properly. So definitely keep asking questions. If you don't see something in that shopping cart, let us know. Brian and Thaisa can definitely add them or pop up a banner to help as well. Technology is not always perfect, as we all know. Usually I try to just unplug something and then start it back up. But in this case, we can't really do that. Okay, and then I have this little charm, and I thought this could be really cute with it too. Brian is so fast. Okay, so we got this little guy, and then I thought maybe we want to add that. And then I do have to give a disclaimer to keep it under $5. I put a little silver magnetic clasp in the shopping cart that is 72 cents. This one is a little bit bigger than the one in the shopping cart. It's the one that I have on hand. But I did put the one that will let you make it for under 72 cents. Under $5 in the shopping bag. So what we're going to do here, and again, I wrote this down. So this bracelet here, without the charm, is going to cost us $3.85, which is so nice. So we're going to use some Beadaholique, and I'm going to do 0.015. And I figured one bracelet of this costs one bracelet worth costs 21 cents. It was fun to do the math. This is what I used to do when I was doing art fairs and selling jewelry. I was always looking at the costs and dividing it and figuring out how much it cost per piece. So I'm going to want about 13 inches. I love it. Yes. Okay, Brian, we're going to start calling you Sonic because you are so fast. Okay, so I'm going to do 13 inches of my beading wire. And so I've got this right here. And I'm going to put a bead stopper on one end. I'll just do it a little bit from the end there. And then we're going to take a crimp tube, and we're going to put a crimp tube on there. Oh, I love it, Linda. Okay, that's a great idea. I'll pass that along. Can definitely see what we can do about that. Okay, and so this got a crimp tube. And I thought it would just be really pretty. Let's just do like a AB pattern with like a pretty little fire polish, and then a purple pearl, another fire polish, a blue pearl, and then another fire polish. And of course, you could do these clustered. You got a lot of options, but they're going to be really pretty together, I think. I think those colors are just so rich. And we're going to bead a 6.5, 7-inch bracelet here. So I'm curious, of everyone here who is participating and here joining us, how many of you guys do make and sell jewelry? And it'd be fun to put links. I think we should do it where we can put links up too to some of other creations that we make. Or maybe we do an entire show of just sharing. I wonder how we could do that. That would be really fun. Where we can share our links and share, you know, what we do and what we make and what we sell if you're selling it. Oh, I love it. Okay, Susan's saying I do. Millie says I do. I hope I didn't miss any comments in there because they went fast. Mostly gifts and many gifts for myself. I love it. Oh, I love it, Terry. Okay. Oh, you could definitely put silver in here too. Absolutely. You could put a silver seed bead. Oh, I love it. Okay. I want to, says Karen. Yeah, let's do, would you guys also like, okay, so I'm forming an idea for a live here. Something where we, yeah, Brian, feel free to post your links where we can find you guys. I'm going to do my first show in November. Pat saying I do. Yeah, you guys post your links, post where we can find you, whether it's your Instagram or your Facebook or your website or anything, your Etsy shop. Feel free to post it. I keep more than I should. I love that. I know I have pieces like that too. I know I want to get back to doing markets. I love doing art fairs and markets. So I'm in that category of I've done it in the past, but I want to get back to it. Oh, Donna, my first time selling will also be in November. I love it. Okay. Well, I know, I have a booth at a farmer's market. I love it, Manda. That's great. I've been thinking about doing our farmer's market here actually too. We have a farmer's market that has like an artisan section to it. I love it, Terry. Oh, okay. Linda's saying, I just do live sales, not online. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You know, I tend to do that too. I really love setting up a booth and being able to talk. I mean, you guys can tell I love to talk. So I love being able to talk with people and have them try it on. So I tend to do live sales versus online too. I sell on Etsy. Oh, good. Ruby Blue Groove. Awesome, Melissa. Yes, meeting people, Linda. I love that too. Yes, post your links. Feel free to. Okay, so this is what this is looking like. So if you do make and sell jewelry, it is nice to sometimes have these pieces which are quick and easy to make and really don't cost a lot in materials. So I always tried to have a balance because I would sometimes have like really elaborate earrings and, you know, they wouldn't be inexpensive. They'd be, you know, close to $100. And they would take me so many hours to do. They'd be like some bead embroidered piece. But I also liked to put a few things on my table, on my booth, that were less expensive. So, because not everybody can, of course, afford that or is in the right place for that. And so it's nice if you can have a wide range of prices and time-consuming items. So that's always a thought too, is, you know, if every piece takes you 4 days to make, you're not going to have a lot of inventory. So if you can put some quicker items into your catalog as well, you're going to be able to have a balance there. Okay, I'm going to add a few more and then we're going to finish this bracelet. Oh, good. Okay, guys, keep posting your links. This is fun. And then maybe we need to do a whole show where we're just talking about making and selling and tips. Like we could talk about pricing and photography and booth display and marketing. We could talk about all of that. Oh, thank you, Moni. Okay, so I'm going to add a crimp tube. Let's see how long this is. Okay, so this is probably about 6 3/4, and the clasp is going to add a little bit too. Oh, branding, packaging, all would be great topics. Yes, yes. Okay, I love this. We have to do this. And you guys are going to inspire me to get a booth here at like the farmer's market or the artisan market too, because that's been on my wish list for so long. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and finish this bracelet. Like I said, the clasp that is in the shopping bag is a little smaller than this. It is also a silver magnetic one. And so this is going to be a little larger than what you see in the shopping bag. So the cost on this bracelet finished is $3.85. Melissa's saying, I definitely need that. I do too. Okay, so I'm trying to think how we can do this. How can we do it? We definitely, I want to talk, but I want to be able to like show things too. So I'm going to try to think how we can do it. Oh, shipping costs too. Yes. And branding. Shipping is a big one. Oh my goodness. My husband sells items on his website and we often really miscalculate shipping, or you don't want to charge so much for shipping that it discourages a sale. So that's always a very tricky thing. Oh, Christus, okay, you got to start selling. We're going to encourage you. D2, okay. So for those of you who are not selling yet but want to, we're going to encourage you to do it. You don't need a wire protector. You can definitely put one if you like. Wire protectors are really awesome and they are a really nice finishing touch, especially if you are going to sell this. I think those little finishing touches really go a long way. I didn't put one on this one. This was kind of a quick and easy project, but you could definitely put a wire protector. Whoa, Tracy, my mom had a magnetic clasp bracelet on it. Somehow got attached to my vehicle and survived 70 miles per hour down the road. That is amazing. Well, that was a strong magnetic clasp. Oh my gosh. Okay, Millie's saying shipping is free for 50 to 100. Yeah, you know, shipping is really hard. I know I buy our boxes in bulk and our bubble wrap in bulk. Like I'm talking now for my husband's stuff. He sells artwork and books through his website. And, you know, I buy the boxes in bulk, which saves a lot for the supplies. But boy, shipping them and insurance can be very expensive. Yes, I feel like the Beadsmith crimps are good. I've used the Beadsmith crimp tubes for years and years, and I find them to be very good. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've gone back down through my crimp tube, and I'm just going to separate out my strands. And I always give credit to Sarah Lovecraft for this because she taught me to do this. And so I'm just going to separate out my strands and crimp with my crimping plier. So my husband has like a website for his portfolio and his art. And then he's a comic book artist and character designer and does puppet designs and stuff. And so he has art books and originals that he sells and things like that. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and crimp this over. So I did my little crimp. And then I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go through just one bead. Yeah, so I am his shipper. I am his shipping manager, I should say. So like today I have to package up a couple originals and send them out. So I am at the post office a lot. Oh, Christus. Okay, pricing can be hard. I always, we've talked a lot about pricing in the past where, you know, there's a lot of different conflicting. Some people like to use like a straight formula for it, where it's the exact formula. I tend to like to look at my cost, and then I look at how many hours or minutes, or depending on your item, how long you spent making it. I kind of come up with a price that feels right to me, and then I look at it and I'm like, is that high? Is that low? So I go with a lot of my gut, but I've also been around a lot of markets and I kind of see what things tend to sell for. So I tend to, you know, think, okay, this is the price I want. Is that high? Is that low? Does that feel right? And usually I'll end up with something that just kind of feels right. Oh, thank you, Brian. Brian put the link up to the Fans of Beadaholique Facebook group. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this down so it gets a little smaller there. Okay, so we can see here. Okay, and just make it so it's got some wiggle room. And I like to make sure it's not too tight before I crimp it because I don't want it to be stiff. Oh, that's actually handy too. So we can even do that where we just make it curve around, and now we know it's not going to be too stiff. And then we're going to crimp this, but it is magnetic, so it's sticking to my pliers. Oh, you know, Francie, I like Shopify and Squarespace. And I don't get any, of course, I don't get any promotion for this or anything. This is just me as an individual who has had several websites. I like Shopify and Squarespace. Those are the ones that have worked well for me. I actually find Shopify easier to navigate for me. It's a little more intuitive, but my husband's is on Squarespace and he's very happy, so. All right, so now I'm going to crimp this crimp bead, make sure I leave a little bit of a gap, and crimp it. And I have to say, Deb Floros, who joins us on Tuesdays, she reignited my love of stringing because she has come up with some really beautiful stringing projects. And so she reignited my love of things like this, like beautiful strung bracelets. And then we could also talk about tips for photography because that also makes a big difference. If you are doing a website, you know, and people are going off photos alone, or you're selling on Etsy or something or eBay, having really good photos is so important. And so I have some tips I can share on that. Okay. All right, so here we go. We're just going to trim it, and we made ourselves a bracelet, and this was under $4, but again, that's for the entire strand of all these beads, and we have a ton of extra beads, but I think those colors are so pretty together. So there's our little strung bracelet, and again, it came in under $4. So I was looking at these beads, and I just want to make a pair of earrings with them because I want to. So I think I'm going to make a little dangle here, a little dangly pair of earrings with them. So here's this little blue. I'm going to use the same beads, just different findings. Oh, that's wonderful, Linda. I'm glad. Yeah, I love dangly, kind of like hinged pieces. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little loop. And I think I'm going to, if I just make this a simple loop, I think I have enough of this extra wire to make an eye pin out of it. Okay, so there's that. And now I've got this length of wire. I think I can make an eye pin. So I'm going to just go in with these wire looping pliers. Oh, the cream leaves. Yes, we should use the cream leaves too. Maybe that'll be the next thing we make right here. Okay, so I just made a little loop, notching it back, and we have a little eye pin. And then we're gonna, let's add more of these little fire polish. So that's a great question. Like, how much would you sell like this bracelet for? So you would look at your cost, and the cost on this is less than $385. So $385 was the individual price of the crimp tubes, the stringing material, and the clasp, but the full price of the pearls and the fire polish. So if I was figuring out cost, I would actually figure out cost per bead, and I would count how many beads I have and multiply it out. So I'm just going to look here and see. I bet I could make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I used 10 of the pearls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And did I use the pearls for anything else? Okay, so how many pearls do we get in a strand? So if Brian or Thaisa could share that, how many pearls, how many of the purple pearls do we get in a strand? Because I used 10 in this bracelet. And then I'll show you guys how to figure out the exact cost of your goods. Okay, 25 pearls. So I can get 2 full bracelets out of my pearl strands and my fire polish strand, because I know I got more of the fire polish. So instead of this costing $385, I'm now going to half the price of the pearl strands and the fire polish. And so those were roughly $3 because they were 3 strands of beads, about $1 each. So instead, so it's $1.50. So I'm going to minus $1.50. So this bracelet cost me about $2.35. So $2.35. Oh, and Santa Barbara Girl is saying, do you charge 4 times the amount of individual supplies? So I don't. I know that's a method, and people can definitely do that. So if you did that method where you do 4 times the cost of your goods, this would be a $10 bracelet for sale. I think you can get more than that. I think if you display this and it's beautiful, I feel like you could get like $18 for this. So I would go for my gut. So this cost me $2.35. It took me maybe 20 minutes to make. So there wasn't a lot of labor in there. And then I would look at it. And so it's like, okay, I know how much I've got in it. And then I think you could easily do like $18 for this. And so that's a lot more than the cost of your supplies. You do have to factor in, if you are going to offer free shipping, or if you're going to do something like that, factor those things in as well. But hopefully you can just charge for shipping and cover your cost of your goods. Do you calculate based on the sale price or the full price? Since there's times you end up paying full price. I tend to do the price I paid. So if I paid $3 for something, I use the $3, even if it originally cost $8. Yeah, definitely for the more intricate pieces, your labor is so important. Like I said, I have had on my table $100 earrings because they took me like 6 hours or 8 hours to make. So my cost of goods might not have been very much. It was probably like seed beads and a vintage cabochon. But it's like I spent so many hours. I had to mainly charge for my labor. Don't forget the cost of your booth. Absolutely. Booth, packaging, your time there at the show. There's so many hidden costs too. You have to pay taxes on your profit as well. So, things like that, always take that into account as well. So your time, your booth, your marketing, your website, your business cards, your bags. So a lot of that. Yes. And then not just cost of goods, artistic value. Yep. So, yeah, the quality of the supplies, yes. Would the pricing depend on your market? Yes, I think absolutely. So I have done all ranges of shows. I have done flea markets and I have done very high-end juried art shows. Definitely people who are at like a flea market are going to have one thing in mind and a price point that they think things should cost. And then if you are at a high-end like juried art fair, people will expect higher prices and they will be willing to pay the higher prices. At least that's what I found. So take into account where you're at. And also, probably I'm going to guess that certain actual markets, like if you're in New York City, the prices are probably going to be higher and people are going to be used to seeing that. So that's something to consider as well. So all great questions, but I am definitely sensing an entire show where we can just talk and brainstorm and share ideas. I love it. Okay, I'm going to keep making this little earring. So, and that's another thing. With these bracelets, we were going to use 20 beads. We would have 5 beads from each strand left over. We could make earrings and we could sell our earrings. Oh, that's a good question. Does the price depend on the group of people, such as a child bracelet versus an adult bracelet? Ooh, I don't know on that one. Like I know like kids' clothing tends to be less expensive, but I also know there's some very high-end like kids' boutique stuff too. That's very expensive. And if it's handcrafted, it's handcrafted. So I kind of feel like it maybe shouldn't matter so much, in my opinion, because handcrafted quality supplies, none of that changes, even if the recipient changes. But it is a very good, valid question because, yeah, traditionally, like a kid's t-shirt costs less than an adult t-shirt Okay, so here we got a couple little dangles. I'm going to do just one more because I do love my dangles. Okay, I'm going to cut off the head. I hate doing this on a ball head pin, but this is what I've got here because I need the piece of wire to make another dangle. Oh, that's a great idea. Terry's saying when I sold, I used to have some $1 or $2 kids basic bracelets. That's really good. I struggle with tracking cost of goods sold. Oh, yeah, it is. It is hard. I'm there with you because I often buy things and I have things I bought 10 years ago and I'm just now getting around to using, and I just have to guess at what I paid for it back then. You know, I have to share. I have it right here, I think. Oh, where'd it go? Let me show you guys. I've just recently, guys, gone back old school. I'll show you a couple pages that aren't written in. A ledger book. I just bought this. I am finding it much easier than my Excel spreadsheets because I do have spreadsheets, but there's something just very handy about opening up a book and having that book on my desk. I'm finding that a little easier for me. So a kid's bracelet, if an adult is 7.5, probably like 5.5 or 6, I'd say. You could test that out by trying it on a kiddo, but I think it would be a couple inches smaller. I know when I've sometimes made a bracelet a little too small, I give it to my kids and it fits them. Old school, yes. Guys, I'm all about the old school. It's like my brain can handle that. And there's just something reassuring to seeing it there, like written down on paper. And it just is helping me keep track of things. All right, so here's our little earring. And this could be done with the leftover beads. So you could make 2 bracelets to sell. And then you can make a little matching pair of earrings. And just put it on that earring hook. And again, and every choice you make when you are selling things adds up. So like this is a perfectly lovely little hook and it's only 11 cents a pair. You know, so that versus maybe a $5 or $8 hook really makes a difference in your profit. Okay. Oh, great. Okay, so Amanda is saying 3 to 4 inches, but I know what size my customers like, but that's really helpful. Okay, so here's our pretty little earring to match our bracelet. So you could have done this as a stretch bracelet as well. You could do this one here as a strung bracelet. So I think it's pretty interchangeable and the cost was pretty similar, although you do have a clasp that you add in if you have the magnetic. And then these leaves, let's do something with these because these are really pretty. All right, so, oh, and you guys, I wanted to show you this. I don't think we're gonna have time for it today because we've had so much fun chatting. Look at how great this would be. I was gonna do a strung bracelet with this, and it was again gonna be under $5. These are just black 11-0 seed beads. This was a strand that was under $1 as well. And then the little Halloween charm, I thought it would be so cute. I would just do a stretch bracelet with him. I think he would be really, really dear. Where did he go? Here he is. Can that be on memory wire? So yes, this one here can be on memory wire. This one cannot because of the leaves. The leaves I tested and they were too long to go onto memory wire. But this one here absolutely can be on memory wire. So, oh yes, this little guy would be cute with earrings too. But I thought these colors were so good. So this is called red and crystal, but it is orange. So it is a wonderful Halloween orange. I'll have to make this bracelet and show you guys. All right, so let's do something with the leaves because they're really cool. We could, that purple keeps calling to me. We could do the white pearl. Oh, this is even pretty. We've got this leftover bead. Oh, where's the best place to add a dangle charm? That's a great question. You know what? On this bracelet here, I might put it somewhere in the center. My instinct is always to put a dangle by the clasp, but then that sometimes makes it harder to open and close the clasp. So I've seen a lot of people who put dangles like towards the middle of the bracelet, and that's really pretty too. So I'll just like add this one. This is on an open jump ring. I just put an open jump ring on it before the show. Yeah, I always think it should go by the clasp, but I feel like I don't actually like wearing it by the clasp, if that makes sense. Okay, so here we got a little dangle charm on here. And that looks really pretty. I think that looks really nice. And then when you're wearing it, it'll just kind of dangle right there. And that's a great way of customizing too. So I've always thought that could be fun too. If you're making and selling jewelry, you could always have some like letter charms that could be add-ons if people wanted like a little letter charm put on it or something that don't have to necessarily be part of the design. Because if you put like a B on this, you're going to limit it to people who want the letter B on their bracelet. But if you were to have the bracelet plain like this and then have an add-on saying, would you like for an extra $5 me to put a letter charm on it, then they can pick the letter that works for them or the gift they're giving. And then, you know, that makes it more universally appealing, and it's also an upsell, which is nice. Oh, you could add the stars to the earrings too. Oh, absolutely. Where do those earrings go? That would have been really pretty. We could have just dangled the star from the earring as well. That would have looked great too. Hello, Giggles. Okay, so what were we going to do with this one? I mean, I don't have all the beads from the show. If you know, that show we had like 75 different beads, but I love these. Let's do these colors. They're kind of nice and kind of like pale and ethereal looking, if that's how you say that word. I'm questioning it now. Okay, so let's make another eye pin for us. I think I found some silver eye pins to put into the shopping bag there. I just didn't have any on hand. I think I ran out. Okay, so we're just going to make a little loop, and we're just going to do some of these beads we've used for other projects. So there we go. And now we're going to have to make that bigger loop on the other side to accommodate the leaf, the acetate. So we're going to go a little further down. Oh, a berry cluster on the leaf would be really nice. Oh, are you thinking like the little flower? Because now that I'm looking at it, that could be a berry cluster too. Because that could be really pretty too. Oh, let's swap that out. Let's do the little flower cluster. Okay. So. All right, and then we're going to make our bigger loop here. So I'm further down the nose. Okay. Crisscross. And we got that nice big loop now, and we're going to trim it. Okay. And then let's open this up. Slip on our leaf. So you see how we definitely needed that to be a bigger loop. So that is a great question. How do you get people to see your videos? So I think, well, sharing, definitely sharing helps to see videos. I think you have to keep at it. And that's something I struggle with too, is, you just keep at making them, keep at doing it and the content, and then people will find you. I know on Instagram, and this is something I have to get better at, like Instagram and stuff, there are like hashtags and different ways of trying to get more eyes on it. And that's a whole other thing. Like that's a huge thing. So I would say, hashtags, keywords, things like that are important. Where do you cut it? You cut it where it crisscrosses. Oh, I like that. That's pretty on there. Oh, Millie's saying I use a survey. That's great. See, these are the tips we can share when we do like a whole class, a whole live show just on making and selling jewelry and marketing and branding and shipping and figuring out the cost. All of that. I think it would be so good. We can all share and then share our links, share you know, where everyone can find each other. I think that would be great. Okay, so here's our little leaf. So pretty. So this one, again, it would definitely be under $5 for this. You would just have the cost of the leaves, which I think were just like 90 cents or 89 cents for the pair. And so that's very inexpensive. You got an 11-cent earring hook pair and just a couple beads. And that's not going to cost much because the entire strand of each was under $1. All right, so that was fun. We made some projects. We have some bracelets. We shared a lot of ideas, which is great. Oh, I love it. Okay, Tracy's saying I have a page called the Bead Shack. I love that. So we're definitely going to have to check each other out and support. And that's another thing, sharing in a community like this, putting your information out there. That's also how you can get people to look at your videos and look at your items that you may, either you're selling or you're teaching. So share it for sure. Yes, I definitely had some blog posts a while back. So the Beadaholique website is still up, of course, for now. There is a whole video series I did on selling your jewelry, and it covers like a 6-part series, and it covers photography and it covers pricing. So if you ever want to check those out too, I think those are on the YouTube channel as well, so they'll stick around even after the website is gone. Yeah, so you definitely want to figure out your cost. Yeah, go ahead, my crazy adventure, share. We're here to share and encourage and support. So please feel free to post your link on here if you like. You know, feel free to share where we can find you, share all of it. We're part of a community, and I love that. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to flip my camera back up so we can say goodbye. But I think we have a great idea for a future live. I just need to figure out how we should format it. Like, I wish there was a way that I could think that we could all like be on camera at the same time, but I don't know how that's possible. But I'm going to try to think of how it might be best to do this because we definitely have so much to talk about. All right, I am going to flip the camera up. All right, yay! Oh, I still have my beading glasses on. Now I gotta switch to my reading glasses. All right, now I've got my reading glasses. All right, thank you guys. This was fun and an awesome community. I'm all inspired too. So we definitely have to make it happen where we can do a talking all about making and selling and pricing and all of that good stuff. So yes, we are going to wrap up for today, Amanda. I usually try to keep it to about an hour. Sometimes I run over, but I think, let me try to think if we could do it for Monday. So I'm here on Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Let me see if I can get it all together that this coming Monday, we can maybe do the making selling show where we talk about all of this in depth. And it might just be me talking. I mean, it might be me just here talking the whole time, or maybe showing a few things on camera. I'll just have to think about how to format it since it's a little bit different. But we've got a lot to talk about. And I think it's great that we can encourage each other because I want to start up at a farmer's market again too. I've been wanting to do that. That's been on my list as well. So you guys are inspiring me as well. I love that too. Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you guys. This was fun. Don't forget, if you have anything in your shopping bag, to make sure to check out. If you want to go back and see more dollar beads, you want to build up your stash, there are those ones, some still available from that show on Monday, so you always watch the replay. If you want to remember something that was said during this show, because we talked about a lot. We talked about like different website platforms, a lot of stuff that we don't normally get to discuss. The replay for this show will become available shortly after we sign off. So you can always go back and watch the replay and remember some of that stuff we talked about. Oh, okay, good. All right, this was really fun. Thank you for sharing. And always feel free to share your links, guys. We're just starting to talk about like, how can you promote yourself? Share your links. Share your links. Share where we can find you. Share what you're doing. Share your art. Share where you're selling. all of that stuff is always good and always welcome. All right. All right, and then, oh, Karen, I just saw your comment. That would be a Brian or Thaisa question. So I'm gonna stay on just for a moment so they can help answer that. Oh, thank you, Connie, and thank you, Tracy. We always have so much fun together. Okay, I'm hoping that Brian or Thaisa, I don't think we do, but I don't wanna say that for sure. We do not at this time, okay. But all items are 40% off. Okay. All right. Thank you guys. Have a fun. Oh yes, Linda, you too have a fun weekend, everybody. I have a weekend of family, so I'm very excited. I have family in town. All right. Bye guys. I will see you on Monday. Take care.